Hi, this is a tarot reading for you, for whatever moment you're in, whatever day, whatever sign you are, whatever time this is. If you feel like you need a message, if you feel like you need a reading, this reading will be for you. So it's going to be about 8 to 10 minutes. And I'm using my deck, the Starseeker Tarot deck. And we're just going to tune into the energy of this moment for you, for us here together as a group and community. And that's where we're going to start. What should we expect out of this energy? What is this energy that we are in? What is this moment that we are in? What is coming up right now? Okay. We've got two cards here. I feel like this is slowly slipping down because I'm very unprofessional. And let's see. Okay. We have the wheel and we have the death card. So the wheel represents the cycles of life. Sometimes things go up, sometimes things go down, and we don't always get a say in it. We don't always get to control it, even though we may want to, right? And so right now, something is falling away, right? You are in the winter season in some aspect of your life where it feels like the leaves are falling, things are dying off, and you don't really have the control over it that you would want to, right? Because everything has a season and things are meant to be falling away for you right now. And know that following the winter comes the spring, and something new in time will grow in its place, right? The wheel goes round and round, up and down. So right now you may be down, but you will be coming up again. So hold on to that hope, look towards the future, and do your best to just sit with whatever is falling away right now and try to find some peace in this, some acceptance over this. And of course, with the energy of death comes grief, comes sadness. There's a big mix of feelings that come with this energy, right? And sometimes there's like excitement mixed in there, and that can be really confusing as well. But ultimately, this is just to understand that this is the season that you are in and that it's not forever. This too shall pass. Process your feelings, be with your feelings, honor your feelings, and know that something new will grow in this space that is opening up for you. So let's tune into how we can best move with and flow with this energy in this situation, right? So we've got this energy of things falling away, the winter season, this death energy, this feeling of not having control. So how can you best work with this for your highest good? Okay. We have the Empress and we have the Queen of Wands. And I feel like these two figures here are really just focusing on their joy, focusing on their pleasure, how you want to show up, how you want to express yourself creatively, right? It's kind of like something's falling away and it's leaving you with a lot of time and it's leaving you with some new choices, right? And you get to decide like how you want to reinvent this part of your life or how you want to fill up this space. And so right now it's not necessarily putting pressure on yourself to think 10 steps down the road, but rather it's just like, what do you really want to do? What feels good? What feels right? How can you be creative? How can you be more of just yourself, right? Without worrying about where things are leading, worrying about what the spring will bring. Right now, you're just showing up as you, being as authentic as you possibly can be, and allowing yourself to be creative without boundaries, restrictions, right? So be creative in this time. Don't put pressure on yourself. Let your artistry flow through you. Let your creativity flow through you. And when I see the Empress as well, she's pregnant. So know that there's something growing inside of you, right? And like I said, come spring, maybe it's literally spring, maybe not, right? Maybe it's just the season that's coming up for you next. You will be ready to birth something into the world, right? So be patient with yourself. The Empress is definitely about slowness. It's about patience. And while you're waiting, might as well have fun, right? Might as well let the joy come through you and invite more joy into your life and just do things that feel good, right? Awaken your senses. Okay, so next I'm going to pull a card that will represent something that you could be focusing on right now. This is something that you could be in more control over, right? Something you can pick to put your energy and intention into that will help you right now. So let's see what that is. Okay. We have the Six of Swords and we have the Hierophant. So Six of Swords is a need to let go, right? And we know that we have this kind of death energy, this falling away energy. And so it's really just on focusing, putting your focus on this transition. It's kind of one of those painful but necessary transitions, right? And there is a call to just work on letting go. But with the Hierophant here, it's almost like a continuation of this path, right? Whenever I see the Hierophant in this deck, I know that there's an invitation here for higher learning. It's like an invitation to level up in your life, to get closer to your soul's calling, closer to your purpose. And so in letting go, it's really like focus on what's ahead, right? Try to shift out of this feeling of regret and like clinging and trying to maybe revive something that has already passed on or already left. And look at the horizon ahead of you and notice that there's some really big, bold, and bright opportunities that are inviting you forward. It may be hard to see that right now while you're kind of like in the mud of what's happening, right? And you're still holding and looking behind you. So just work on putting your focus ahead of you and start to envision what could be in the distance, like what could be beckoning you forward, what could be calling you forward, right? Because there's something really big and beautiful if you choose to see it, right? If you choose to see it. So it's really, as far as your focus goes, just working on this transition, working on letting go of the past and seeing that there is something really bright ahead of you, and that light will guide you forward. That light will be like a beacon of hope for you. So next we're going to pick a card or two to represent something that you should not be focusing on, something that may come in to pull you off of your path and away from your focus, distractions, right? Things like that. Things that you feel like need your attention but don't really. So what have we got here? We have 2 sevens, which is really interesting because I often see sevens as that point in the process where you feel like giving up. Like you've been giving a lot, you don't really see where things are going, and you're starting to doubt yourself, wanting to maybe turn on to a different path or give up on yourself in some way, right? And so as something that you shouldn't be focusing on, it's like, don't dwell on the outcome. Try to get lost in the process and find the joy and purpose in the actual process. Again, like take the pressure off of yourself to have everything figured out 10 steps down the road. But let's get into specifics. So we have the 7 of Wands and we have the 7 of Pentacles. So again, the 7 of Wands is that feeling of like needing to stand your ground, needing to prove yourself, needing to be right. Just in the context of this prompt where your focus should not be, it's like, don't over-explain yourself to other people right now. Don't feel like you have anything to prove to other people. If you need to let something go because it's falling away, because you're in the season of winter, because you're working on transitioning more deeply into your purpose, you can be misunderstood right now, and that's okay. You don't need people to understand, okay? We also have the 7 of Pentacles, and this is the one particularly where I start to see, people feeling exhausted, people pouring too much of themselves into something and having a lot of expectations over when and how it should be giving back to them. So this is really a need to release expectations over the future, release expectations over what you're pouring yourself into, and make sure that you are finding other ways to fill your cup, and that this isn't like your sole source of energy, of joy, of whatever, right? So it's just really releasing expectations and letting things just be what they are right now, right? Okay, so our last prompt is our lesson in all of this. What is our takeaway here? Like, why is this all happening, right? Why is this happening? What is the lesson? What is the takeaway? Let's see what's our final word here. Okay. Interesting. 2 very strong strong characters. We have the Emperor and we have the Queen of Swords, and that's just the word that I hear, strong. I feel like this is going to leave you a stronger human being. This is going to leave you more able to handle challenges that come your way as you move forward. This feels hard right now, but it's going to prove to you, it's going to show you how capable you are in getting through challenges, in problem solving, in being your own leader and the leader of your kingdom, in making good choices for yourself. Whenever I see the Queen of Swords in this deck, I know that this person has been through a lot, but it's taught this person boundaries. It's taught this person self-respect. It's taught this person confidence. Okay, so Pearl says the reading's over. She is done here and she's ready to play. So we're going to go do that, and I hope this reading helped whoever it was meant to help. I see you. I love you. And I'm going to go give attention to Pearl now. So, lots of love. Oh, and comment if this resonated.